All right, thank you guys. We're still hitting at 61% in our last 40 NFL tier package bets on my website. And I'll include a link for this week's NFL tier package bets in the description section below. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to our NFL Week 12 Part 2 video for the 2022 season. And of course, my name is Brock Page, and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. And if you find yourself enjoying this video here today, please feel free to give it a thumbs up by smashing that like button. And if you haven't done so already, please feel free to hit that subscribe button as well. I'd love to connect with you on a daily basis. Now guys, there's 3 games on this week's NFL slate that I'm betting on personally. And if you want to find out what those games are, I'll include a link to my NFL tier package bets on my website in the description section below. And once again, guys, like I said earlier, I'm hitting at 61% my last 40 bets in that package. And just a friendly reminder here, guys, if you sign up for that membership here today, you're going to get access to that package for the next 30 days. And of course, as an added bonus, just because I like you, you're also going to get access to all my cheaper memberships on my site absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. The plays just go right to your email, or you can access them on the website. There's also an app you can download as well, the Patreon app. Lots of easy ways to access that content at your preference. No videos. They're all written picks just like you guys enjoy. Now, I currently have over 625 members who are signed up and active on my site. And before we go ahead and dive in, got to start off with some shout-outs. Got to give a shout-out to Luis Arazo, who said, "Brock, great info as always. Have a happy Thanksgiving." Shout out to Not a Biden fan, who says, "What's with the outfits lately? You're inside." And last but not least, got to give a shout out to Christopher Hunter, who said, "You had really bad picks today." And of course, guys, I appreciate the support. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on and get into some free content. We're going to take a look at the Chargers at the Cardinals, 4:05 Eastern kickoff. The LA Chargers are -3, totals 48. Now, the Chargers should throw all over these guys. Arizona has a bottom 10 pass defense. And of course, Justin Herbert, he's been slinging it all over the yard this year. Herbie's in the top 5 in total passing yards, top 10 in QBR. He's also going up against a Cardinal D who's second to last in the league in total points allowed. They're also giving up over 360 yards of offense a game. Now, as a team, Arizona took the loss in 5 out of their last 7. When it comes to the injury report, McCoy, Hill, Washington, Murphy, Dortch, Brown, Garcia, Humphreys, and more, they're all listed as questionable for the Cards. Meanwhile, for the Chargers on the other side, Kelly, Everett, Williams, they're all listed as questionable for them. When it comes to the total, 5 out of the Chargers' last 8 did get over the line. Meanwhile, Arizona saw their last 5 straight get over the total themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Chargers, -3 over 48. Next ball game, it is going to be Raiders at the Seahawks, 4:05 Eastern start time. Seattle's the 3.5-point favorite, totals 47.5. Now, both teams have had their issues on defense. The Seahawks D, they're in the bottom 10 in the league in total yards allowed. Meanwhile, on the Vegas side of things, they're giving up 370 total yards a game themselves. When it comes to the injury report, we got guys banged up on both sides of the field. We got Hobbs, Diablo, Martinez, and Miller, who are questionable for the Raiders. Meanwhile, for Seattle, Dallas and Eskridge are questionable for them. Now, weather-wise, cloudy and a 55% chance of rain by game time in Seattle. When it comes to the total, well, kind of a dilemma here because the Seahawks saw 3 out of their last 5 stay under the line. But on the other side, Las Vegas went 5-3 to the over in their last 8. So when it comes to picking a winner in this one, this game's being featured as one of my NFL tier package bets on my website. And if you want to see whether I'm making a play on the money line total or against the point spread, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for my NFL tier package bets on my website. And once again, I'll include a link for that package in the description section below. No free pick, no free lean for that game. All right, next ball game, it is going to be Rams at the Chiefs. And that's going to be a 4:25 Eastern kickoff in Kansas City. Now, the Chiefs are -14.5, totals 43. And the reason why this number is so high is, well, there's 2 reasons. One, Well, the Chiefs are just really good. And 2, Matt Stafford's going to be out for the Rams. He got his bell rung, and he's not going to be able to participate. Now, the Rams also have a handful of other injuries on the roster as well. Higbee, Edwards, Howard, Wolford, and Niski, they're all listed as questionable. And, of course, Stafford and Robinson, they are out. But even when they are mostly healthy, the Rams lost their last 4 straight, and they've been terrible against the point spread this year. Out of their last 10 ball games, the Rams covered the number in only 20% of those contests. And of course, their biggest issue has actually been on the offensive side of things. It's been their offense. They're scoring only 16 points a game, and they're in the bottom 3 in rushing yards. Really, they've done a poor job establishing any type of running attack. Now, they're facing a Kansas City defense who does a real nice job stopping the run themselves. KC's actually in the top 5 in the NFL in rush defense. When it comes to offensive production, nobody's getting more yards a game than Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes leads the league in passing yards and touchdowns. And no real surprise here, guys, the Chiefs lead the NFL in points per contest. Now, injury-wise, Juju, Lemons, and Tony are questionable. Edwards-Helaire is out. When it comes to the weather, 44 degrees and breezy by kickoff. Now, total-wise, KC went 4-3 to the over in their last 7. Meanwhile, the Rams saw 3 out of their last 4 get over the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Chiefs, minus 14.5, over 43. Next matchup, Saints at the Niners, 4:25 Eastern kickoff. San Francisco's minus 9, totals 42.5. Now, the Niners won their last 3 straight. And they're doing a great job of slowing down the run. These guys have the number 1 rush defense in the league. Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, they have nearly 150 tackles between the both of them. When it comes to this 49er pass rush, Nick Bosa is second in the league in sacks with 10.5. Now, one more thing to note here, guys. The Niners offensively, they've also done a real nice job of moving the football. And believe it or not, they're actually in the top 10 in the NFL in passing yards. Now, they're facing a New Orleans squad who allows over 24 points a game defensively, and they've had just a tough time getting the W this year as a team. These guys took the loss in 7 out of their last 10, and when it comes to the injury report, Roby, Pete, Landry, Penning, Hanson, Davenport, Jordan, Hurst, Gray, and Turner, they are all listed as questionable for New Orleans. That is a long list of banged-up guys. Now, for San Francisco on the other side, Samuel, Greenlaw, Ebukam, Ward, and Armstead are questionable for them. Couple key players there, so keep an eye on their status by kickoff. Now, when it comes to the weather report, sunny and mild by kickoff in San Francisco, kind of a typical California weather for this time of year. When it comes to the total, the Niners went 60% to the under in their last 10. Meanwhile, the Saints saw 3 out of their last 4 stay under the total themselves. I'm going to lean towards San Francisco, minus 9, under 42.5. Next contest, it is going to be Sunday Night Football. I'm talking about Packers at the Eagles, 8:20 p.m. East. Now, Philadelphia is minus 6.5, totals 46. The Birds are scoring over 26 points a game, and they're in the top 5 in total yards. Quarterback Jalen Hurts, he's currently in the top 10 in touchdown passes, top 5 in QBR. Meanwhile, this Philly defense on the other side, well, these guys are in the top 3 in fewest total yards allowed. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, he's leading the league right now with 6 interceptions out of that secondary. They're facing a Green Bay squad who may have to go to work without Aaron Rodgers. He's battling a thumb injury right now. As a matter of fact, this entire offense is banged up right now for Green Bay. Lazard, Jones, Cobb, Walker, Bakhtiari, and Jenkins, they're all listed as questionable just on the offensive end. But even when they are mostly healthy, this Green Bay offense has been anemic. They're scoring just 18 points a game. Now, weather-wise, cloudy and a 75% chance of a shower by game time could possibly be a wet night in South Philly. When it comes to the total, Philadelphia saw unders versus the likes of Indy, Arizona, and Minnesota. Meanwhile, Green Bay is 6-5 to the under for the entire year. I'm going to lean toward Philadelphia, minus 6.5, under 46. And that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup for the video. It is going to be Steelers at the Colts, and that'll be an 8:15 Eastern kickoff on Monday Night Football. Indy's the 2.5-point favorite. Total's 39. Now, both teams do have some serious problem areas. For one, Indy, they're scoring only 15 points a game. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh's defense on the other side, they're allowing more passing yards a game than any other secondary in the league. Now, injury-wise, Witherspoon and Warren are questionable for Pittsburgh. Meanwhile, Woods and Pay are questionable for Indy. When it comes to selecting a winner in this one, this game's being featured as my third and final NFL tier package bet on my website. So once again, guys, if you want to see whether I'm making a play on the money line total or against the spread in this one, there's only one way to find out, and that's to sign up for my NFL tier package bets on my website. And as always, guys, I'll include a link for that play in the description section below. With that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Of course, hopefully you're having a great Thanksgiving Day weekend. But most importantly, guys, best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.